All right, we're good to go. And yeah, let's get at it. Let's get at it. So we talked a little bit about self-directed IRAs. It's a great option in order to be an alternative source for deals. Now, because so many people have retirement accounts. Because guess what? There's not too many places you can get a pension. Even the military is diversified, not giving pensions out anymore. You got your thrift savings plan. They match your contributions to your retirement account now. Because one of the things with it is like, so 80% of people who serve don't actually stay around long enough, 20 years to get a pension and retire. So it was a way to help those that stay in for one tour to get money, and Uncle Sam kind of helped. So we're going to jump into this real quick and introduce you guys to Chandria. Can we get the audio? Oh. If not, we can come back to that. I know the guys that come into a slim crew. But I guess you could read the captions. But Chandria, so she bought a single family, then she bought a duplex inside of her IRA, her self-directed IRA account. She had worked, she's in IT, had worked with Northrop, Facebook, and now working with Home Depot. And so she had a couple different retirement accounts, moved the money into a self-directed IRA, and started buying real estate with her retirement account. Bought a single family house, then bought a duplex, and then after that, I think she just recently bought a tract of raw land in Buckhead, the Atlanta area, where she's about to do new construction, all with her retirement account, and being able to take that money and leverage it through real estate. And so that's the opportunity where you can partner with individuals that have their retirement account where they can do the work and grow your business, and you're growing their retirement account at the same time. So self-directed IRA, it gives you options. This is how you get exposed to alternative assets outside of the stock market. And so now you're able to present different opportunities to individuals where it's probably likely they have some type of form of a retirement account. Now they can take a subset of that money and move it into a self-directed IRA to start investing in real estate. So also, you can buy mortgages and notes. They can lend you money as promissory notes out of their IRA for your deals. Private placements. The private placement memorandum. We talked about that a little earlier with the syndications. That's what a private placement is. People invest in syndications out of their retirement accounts. Precious metals, foreign currency, future trading, and all that stuff you can invest in the IRA. Before today, who had heard of a self-directed IRA? Anybody had not heard of it before I talked about it today? Okay. Yeah, it's not exposed. So most like financial planners and everything, they get paid those fees that we talked about, the funds. Like when you go to Wells Fargo, they have certain products that's in the stock market that they get paid for. So by IRS tax code, they can do it. It's legal to do this, but they limit what they can expose you to because it's easier for them to get paid. They don't get paid by letting you go and take your money and invest in real estate or somewhere else because they don't have control over it. And so that's the thing. That's why only 4% of IRAs are invested in, they're able to be self-directed by you. You taking control of your retirement account and not giving it to Wall Street and letting it be stuck out there for 50 till you're 59 and a half years old to get your money and control your money and grow your money. Take out of your existing. So like if you had an existing or a rollover IRA, you can move all that money now, 100%. As much as you want to, that you want to control. The biggest thing when you look at being an investor, you want to always look at how do you diversify. So you want to have some stocks, you want to have some bonds, you don't want to put all your eggs in the deal. Whereas you want to look and say, hey, what's the best risk profile for you that you feel comfortable where you can sleep at night? Because you don't want to go and put all your money in one deal, and then if it goes sideways, then now, you're completely wiped out. And that's the same thing too. I would recommend to your investors, make sure to kind of talk to them about their goals, ask them where the money's at, how much money they have. And because the last thing you want somebody to do is put all their money in your deal, and then now they're overexposed. Yes, sir.
Hey, what's up, Johnny? Is that the same like a TSP? Because you can control pretty much
exactly
how you maneuver the TSP.
Yep.
Yeah.
But like with the TSP, you only have a few options with the different index funds that they have. So you're tied to the market still, and you're spread out. Which the TSP is one of the least. They pay the least fees across the board of any index funds that's out there. They control so many billions of dollars that the fees are super, super low. But that's the thing is like you can't go and buy real estate with your TSP because they don't give you that option to allocate any of your money to it. And so now this is being able to open the aperture with your retirement account. where you could take 10% out of it since you're retired and you're out of the service. You could take whatever portion you want to and put it in a self-directed IRA to start buying real estate with your retirement account.
But what are the tax implications when you actually take money from the IRA? You know, how is that?
Oh yeah, zero because you're not benefiting from it. You're moving it. It's a what's it called, a like kind exchange. You're moving into another retirement vehicle, which is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, they give you. I think it's once you get that check from them, I think you gotta deposit it like in 30 days into your next account. Yeah, so it's no penalty. Great question. And so you can have self-directed plans for IRAs. The SEP is a big one for like individuals that's have the LLC, small business. The solo 401k is one that's on steroids. We won't go into a lot of detail. I actually have some booklets if you're some information from Avanta IRA. I think we got Avanta Equity Trust, and there's one other. I think it's solo401k.com. That some of the people that have invested in my deals that they use. So it's different companies out there, custodians that manage the money for you that you can do. But I got some booklets and more information for those that's interested. But it's different. You can have your health savings plans, your education savings account, and self-direct. Anything that you can have with Wells Fargo or Fidelity and any of these other programs, you can self-direct those plans, and you control what investments that you're investing in. And so this is like you can educate people and let them know, hey, they can invest in those deals with you, leveraging these plans. So right now, hey, why do people choose? We talked about that diversification. There's tax benefits. You can grow your money tax deferred or completely tax free if it's like a Roth component to this vehicle.
Hi, Johnny. I have someone online, Sina Mayava. She asked if the books that you were talking about, are they able to purchase those, your books?
Oh, yes. Yeah, and I'll get the link to the team and can get that out for sure. Great question. So yeah, and the big thing in the middle of the green, stock market fatigue, like people, it's a roller coaster. Like you have no control of what's going to happen with the stock market. It's like right now at an all-time high, but who knows where it's going to be next year. And when you really dig in on the stock market, when you look at the top 7 tech companies, that once you take all the gains from Facebook and Google and Microsoft out the way, that you look at the broader remaining companies there, they're not doing that good right now. That they're carrying a large percentage of all the increase that we're seeing in the gains in the stock market. It's only a couple big whales, big players right now that's carrying the stock market. The majority of the companies aren't doing that good. And so that's one of the things that you want to do. You want to take back control, diversify, and this is a vehicle that you can use to diversify. There are some prohibited investments that you can make. You can't buy life insurance with self-directed IRAs. You can't buy collectibles, alcohol, antiques, stamps, coins. But pretty much everything else is eligible that you can invest in. And so that's the thing that you can look at. There are some prohibited transactions. The big thing with your retirement account, you can't benefit from your retirement account till you're over 59 and a half. So you can't invest in your own deals. That's the big one for real estate investors. So if you're flipping a property, you can't self-fund your flip because you're benefiting from your retirement account beforehand. That's prohibited. But you can buy a property in your IRA. The cash flow, the rent goes into your IRA. And each month that cash flow goes in there. They pay the bills and the money goes into your account. Your account's growing tax-free or tax-deferred. And when you become 59 and a half or wherever you can take a distribution, you just take the title and title it to your personal name. So if you're doing like a rental property, you can't stay into the property. And you're just like, hey, I'm going to buy a beach house in my IRA. Cool. But you can't go and take advantage of it while you're still owning it in your retirement account. But once you get the distribution, you get of age, like, hey, I'm moving the title in my personal name. You can live there all you want to in the asset. And so that's the biggest thing. Whenever you're looking at it, they can talk through the rules, but the big thing is you can't benefit from your retirement account until you're retirement age eligible. And so, but it gives you opportunity where now you can partner with other people that you know in the community, invest in their deals, and continue to grow your money. Invest in something that you know. The biggest thing, whatever you're doing with investing, you always want to invest in something that you know, that you feel comfortable with, and that you understand. And that way, that's how you can reduce your risk and get better returns.
John, back to the house. Say you bought a beach house with that as an investment, could you not roll it over into a trust and then use it?
Potentially. Talk to your lawyer. Talk to your attorney. Because the only thing is, if they figure that out now, you can get penalized if you do and kind of you wipe out, those benefits with the retirement account if you do a non-prohibited transaction. So you run a risk of that. And it's like, okay, is the gain worth the risk? And only you can answer that with that one.
What if it's my deal, but I use my wife's 401k or her IRA to fund it?
Yep. So that would still be.
That's still a problem?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And they kind of go through like for that, my brother-in-law, it's kind of gray area, but if it's immediate family, then yep, that'd be a prohibited transaction. And going through and like talking with a custodian, they can make sure they tell you the rules, and as rules change, they'll make sure that you're tracking so you stay within compliance. Yep. And I got some more booklets to kind of go more detail because I want to dive in on this branding and going through some of the business plans and some of the documents that you want to give investors when you're presenting a deal and how to present that deal. And so it's simple. But you open an account, takes about 15 minutes. I know with Advance IRA, you go in, you DocuSign a document, you go in, jump on a phone call, and then they'll call your current custodian, and then they'll help them move the money over into your new self-directed IRA account. And I've seen it take as long as like 2 weeks, 3 weeks to make it happen. And then from there, you're finding your investment and getting going.